Okay, guys, if there's one thing that we've realized is that the market is shifting. But is it shifting or has it shifted already? You got to ask yourself that. This is not the same market that we have grown accustomed to over the past 2 years. And there's nothing wrong with that. We pivot, we adapt, we make adjustments. The coach will tell you that. In this game of life, business, whether you're teaching, whether you're coaching, whether you're out there educating your clients, we've got to make adjustments. Nothing stays the same forever. I'd like to think my attitude, but even that has changed over time. I like to think it's gotten better. But I want you to understand why you guys are here, okay? And you got to work with me. Anybody tell me why you showed up today? And we got to get out of our comfort zone, guys. Right? I'm here to push you. I'm here to help you make the best version of yourself complete. I want to know, anybody, why are you here today?
Well, I'm here because, I'm trying to make a better life for myself and get the most education and just do the best.
Excellent. Excellent. Love that. Anybody else know why you're here today? Why you showed up?
I'm here because I haven't done a listing yet, and I'm ready to do a bunch of them because I've heard those are the best. So that's why I'm here.
I love it. Listings last. The coach will tell you, right, coach? Listings last. Anybody else? Why are you here?
I'm here because one, I've got a ton of listings. I'm pretty good at getting listings. I thought I might be able to add some value. And secondly, I'm here because no matter how many homes I've sold, I can always sell more. I can always do better. I can always learn something from someone who just came in the business, who might have an idea that's so fresh and so new that I've never thought of it. Something that someone, a millennial and they like 20 to 25 might have some new way to get listings that I never heard of, because we can always get better.
Amen. Amen. I love it. I love it, guys. The fact that you've realized, and whether you've, expressed that out loud or you wrote it down, right? Or you just said it in your head, the fact that you know why you're here is going to propel you, right, in this business period. Because, guys, we cannot go into anything blind. We don't show up to a listing appointment, right, not being prepared. We don't jump on a buyer consultation, not understanding our direction. Does that make sense? You don't want to go into things blind, right? You know what you want to take away from this session, and that's going to help you. Shift in market, mindset shift, always. I love this, right? Shift happens. Can we think about that for a second? Right? Come on, guys. Play on words, but it's true, right? Shift happens. It's true. Market's constantly shifting. But you guys heard of buyer's markets, right? You might be slightly seeing that now, not so much. More of an even market, lack of inventory, maybe still a seller's market. You'll see even markets, right? You'll see buyer's markets. Things will constantly change. And it's up to us to be prepared for them. And here are the facts. Now, I want you guys to pay close attention to this, okay? Because I want you in the top 5%. Think about this. If you take 100 real estate agents from different markets around the country and you follow them around, what do you think you'll see? These are NAR back stats, guys. Imagine 95% did the same amount of business or less. They're out of the business. 4% had an incremental increase. Hey, a win is a win. And 1% had an exponential increase. Guys, our goal is to get you in the top 5%, but you have to believe it. You have to want it. You have to understand that agents only panic, and most of the time when they do, they let uncontrollable circumstances dictate their outcome. You can't do that. How many times do we let fear and doubt creep in to the point where we've just convinced ourselves Well, let's go back to what's comfortable. Let's go back to being complacent. Let's just follow everybody else's leads, right? I mean, let's take agent count. This is a fear, right? All the agents that are leaving the business, you must be telling yourself, well, if they're leaving, there's no doubt that, you know, there's no inventory, right? And rates are up, that, you know, maybe what am I doing here? Instead of realizing that this is a golden opportunity. Your competition is cut in half. Right? Now you're focused on strictly motivated clients because these rates may be up 150% over our 2.5% that we saw during COVID. Right? Inventory, we create it. Don't make excuses. Excuses create fear. Guys, when you're scared, you're not going to do it. And I'm not talking about being uncomfortable. We know diamonds are created under pressure. Being uncomfortable is important. But when you're scared, you regress. You go back to what you know or what you think you know. Maybe that 9 to 5. Instead, you're not focused on growth. You're just focused on excuses. So how do we get to where we need to be? Well, it's going to change with our minds. There's a timeline here, okay? And I want you to, one of the most important things I want you to take out of today is before we can complete a goal, we must navigate our route. Because you have to have a start and a finish. You go into a listing presentation, how are you going to start? Make adjustments and finish. What's the end goal? Are you leaving there without having that listing agreement signed? I don't think so. Same thing when you start with a buyer consultation. What is the goal? Where do you end? You help them purchase that home. You've got to use that internal GPS. And it starts like this. Once you understand that fear is a roadblock between you and success, everything changes. Why a roadblock? Why a speed bump? Because you can get over it. You can get over it. So what? You slow down a little bit. Okay. Pivot, adjust, and keep it moving. The change in mindset happens outside of your comfort zone. Understand, fear is one thing, being uncomfortable is another. It's okay to be uncomfortable. Does that make sense? That you are doing things that you are not accustomed to doing, maybe over and over and over again. And even if you are, and you've been in the business and you have experience, is there a bit of complacency there? Maybe it's time to get uncomfortable. Do things, right, that are going to yield higher end results. And you got to manifest it. You believe it. And if you don't, what makes you think the universe is? Think that's silly, huh? But if you don't put it out there, universe doesn't know. You need to keep it bottled up inside.
Because if you don't say out loud what you want to manifest, how's the universe going to connect with those vibrations and connect that cord to you?
You're absolutely correct. It's the law of vibration.
Yep.
If you don't put it out there, it cannot come back. And I think what happens in this growth process timeline, you tend to skip over manifest.
Oh yeah.
Guys, this is not a religious thing. This is real, okay? You can have higher faith and belief. You cannot, doesn't matter. You still have to manifest it. You have to put it out there in order to receive it. And then you got to realize, guys, you've got to realize that your success is dictated upon you. How many times, and I'm a huge proponent of my why, my family, right? That's great. That it is. And I love that. And maybe my colleagues, my partners, you know, my friends, my coaches, maybe those are part of my why. Maybe they're helping me get there. But without me, It does not happen, guys. It doesn't. You've got to, as soon as you realize that, do not let your why motivate you. Motivate, but you have to get out there and you have to make it happen. You have to take the action. Jim Rohn, success is not something you pursue. It is something you attract by the person you become. Wow. You can't chase success, guys. You can't. You're going to burn yourself out. It's who you become. And you attract it once you become it. That is success. The great Jim Rohn. If you don't know, now you know. I want you guys to focus on this slide right here. High leverage activities, HLAs. You hear us talk about income producing activities all the time. This is the big four. You can control. You can do these things. Okay. You can prospect. I want you to think about this. Every day, you should be prospecting for a new business. You have to have conversations. I don't care what the source is. Remember, you're trying to create, not chase the success. You can become it if you put in the work. The name of the game is prospecting. Are you prospecting every single day? Let me answer that. Do I? No. I prospect 5 days a week. I don't do it Saturdays and Sundays, but I have a plan. And even then, when I say I don't Saturdays and Sundays, let's be honest. Opportunity presents itself. Do you think I'm not taking it? Do you really think I'm not going to take the opportunity presents itself? I'm not going to take it? No. You're damn right I'm going to take it. Presenting. I want you to consider this. You are a professional presenter. You have to be ready to go at all times. Elevator speech or pitch. Okay. Listing presentation. Buyer's consultation. Family functions. Okay. You're an appointment setter. You're a professional presenter, guys. That's your job. Lead with presenting, set appointments. You got to build relationships. Real estate is a relationships business, right or wrong? I mean, that's what it is. And between lead generation and converting the lead, what are we doing? Between lead generation and converting them, there's a process there, okay? What are we doing? I hope we're building relationships. We've got to keep touching, guys. If you're not building relationships, you're not building your business. And then leading. But understand, you have to lead yourself before you can lead others. Guys, this activates confidence. And when you have confidence, you have the ability to perform your service. Without confidence, without doing the big four, you're not going to get there. Because what is it? It's repetition, in and out, over and over, being consistent. So let's think about it. Repetition, over and over, being consistent. Okay, you with me so far? But a lot of it's going to entail discipline. Do you have it? Now, those of you who know, I am not a huge proponent of breaking down my days by hour or by half an hour. That's just not the way I operate. I know when I wake up what I have to get done day in and day out. It's in my head. I'm a mess. If it's not in my calendar, it doesn't exist. But that's my method, okay? That's my daily method of operations. I know what I got to do. I know when I wake up. I know when I have my coffee. I know when I check the markets. I know when I follow up with clients. I know when I follow up with agents. I know when I'm answering emails. I know when I'm sending emails. I know because I have a daily method of operations. That's never going to change, right? That's my form of structure, okay? For argument's sake, I'm not saying you're waking up at 8, okay? I'm saying you're waking up earlier than that. But at 8, you start focusing on your work. You really don't want to reach out to clients, probably not prior to 8 a.m., okay? Let's be mindful, depending on the relationship you have with that client. So 8 to 9, you're focused. You're focusing on work and you're lead prepping, okay? And then 9 to 12, you're prospecting for new business. Figure out when in your day that you're going to do this, that you're going to prospect. Maybe you want to have a productive lunch, meet with one of your preferred vendors, okay? Maybe you want to check emails and block out, 3 hours to return calls and to negotiate deals. Never works out that way, right, guys? Highest and best is due by 6 p.m. This is what we got to do. 6 p.m., this is what we got to do, right? But have some type of structure. And I say that to say this. The average agent spends 2 hours a day on their business. I'm asking you for 3. Forget everything else. Prospect for new business. Do everything else whenever you can, if you can. Don't give yourself 3 hours of prospecting for new business. Well, how do I do that? Where should I be prospecting? Sphere of influence. We call that the meta, okay? Meta. Our sphere of influence, okay? Why? Well, because we got Met B. We got Met A and we got Met B. Met A, these are people we know, guys. It's our sphere of influence, right? That's not new business per se. Can we follow up with them? Can we ask for business? Sure. But I want you to focus on where Danalytics was last week. The haven't mets. Find your niche. Find your niche. Call it whatever you want. This is where you should be focusing in a shifted market, guys. You cannot rely on referrals for your entire career, let alone a shifted market. You've got to go out there and you've got to generate new business. For sale by owners. Coach loves for sale by owners. Expireds. Probate. Divorcees. Paid leads. You haven't met them yet. Whatever you've got to do, attorneys. For rent by owner, empty nesters. Are you marketing on social media? We're talking about connecting with people that you have never met. So let's just pick a category. Let's pick for sale by owners, okay? What do you do next? What do you do? This is now, guys, we're shifting. Now we're shifting in this training, okay? Mike, this all sounds great. Mind shift, attitude, discipline, structure. You said, how are we going to generate more listings? Well, I'm glad you asked. Do you have a strategic action plan in place? I ask you, what are you going to do with those for sale by owners? Do you have a plan in place that is strategic? An assault plan that is going to generate that business? Imagine a 90-day follow-up plan, these are built into KV Core for the record. And if you haven't hit a KV Core master training in EXP world, even a KV Core basic training, you need to, okay? Because this is all spelt out in there. All you've got to do is plug and play. Or you could do it yourself. But I got to imagine, that's a lot of notes in your calendar. Nevertheless, do you have an action plan? Think about that, guys. Okay, I'm going to go after FSBOs. But what are you going to do? Well, how am I going to get the phone number? Find it. Go knock on the door and introduce yourself. Don't mail that special report. Hand deliver that special report. It doesn't work. They're not home. Go move on to the next one. Get them that report. Make the call. Send another mail handwritten note card. Mail a seller's disclosure with the note stating, how about this? Property condition disclosure, because you're asking for a brief history on the property. So now you can better present this to your potential buyers or to your pipeline of buyers or to your organization, right? You're not asking for the listing yet. You're getting there. You're demonstrating value. You're adding value. Then you're following up. You're setting a call. You're following up. You're sending a market update, right? They still haven't sold their home. They're still in the pipeline. They're still in the action plan. Oh, property values have gone up. Property values have gone down. This is what's happening in your neighborhood. Provide value. Have that action plan set in place, because this is going to hold you accountable. How many times do we, FSBO.com, we pick up the phone, we call, and no one answers, and then we keep it moving? But what happens that when we go to forSaleByOwner.com, or we're on Zillow, and we find out that it's listed for sale by owner, because that is a category, right? That is a category. The seller's number is sitting right there. The owner's number is sitting right there. And now you've put together, you're probably on day 38 now. You're following up. They finally answer. They get you on the phone. Well, now what? What do you say? What are you thinking right now? You had an action plan to get to this point. What are you going to do now? Anybody? Anybody prepared?
I've seen Dan do it
You've seen
in
Dan?
his own kitchen very successfully.
So you've seen Dan do it. Could you
On the
mimic
phone.
that? Could
His
you draw?
kitchen. I
could you-
try.
Good. So let me ask, this is great, Tom. This is great. I'm selling my home, you're calling me. And my question to you, Tom, why should I choose you over your competitors? I get about, 3 calls, 4 calls, 5 calls a week from different real estate agents asking, to list my home. I'm fed up. I'm ready to make a decision. But what makes you different than your competitors?
See, Dan's approach is so unique. He challenges their ability to do it and makes them uncomfortable, and then solves the problem that he just created.
Okay. That's great that Dan can do it. But I'm asking you, you've called me. I've seen you do it, right? You're trying to. Why should I choose you over your competitors, Tom?
And I basically say there's a lot of reasons, but I'm not asking you right now. Let's just get together, take a look at your house. I'd like to show it to some of my clients. Maybe I can do an open house for you to get people in. Let's talk about your home first before I'll show you what I would do with that particular property.
Excellent. Now we're on day 38. We've been in constant contact. I'm in part of your action plan, but I'm looking for a straight answer. Anybody else? Can anybody tell me why I should choose them over their competitors?
Well, to me, it's a very simple thing when you're chasing listings. Are we talking about for sale by owners or just regular listings?
We'll flip back and forth. I'm speaking in general. How about this? You went and took the listing. I've been interviewing multiple agents. I'm sitting down with you at my kitchen table. I want to know why I should choose you over your competitors.
Okay, so well, if it's a FSBO, I'm creating doubt. I'm showing my value. I'm showing my worth, and then I'm offering a value to you to get into the door. If I'm just going to the regular listing, I'm going to ask for the business. I'm going to build a rapport with the client. I'm going to build a personal connection with the client. I'm going to build the feeling that I'm working hard for them. And then my spiel, honestly, is I have the proven track record of success. So I can pull up sale after sale after sale, the quality of my work, the quality of my pictures, the quality of my marketing, the quality of my history as a salesman. The fact that I have this, I'm on the #1 team and the #1 growing real estate company the world's ever seen. By the time I'm done, they almost feel like they can't say no because they'd be stupid to say no. So I build a connection. I show them all the things that make me better than my competition, the quality of my work, my sales history, my marketing, the success of my team. And that's pretty much how I close them.
Clap
But
it
you
up.
gotta- the
Clap it
business,
up.
that's the big thing.
Clap it up. The guy is a GOAT. I mean, 10 million as a solo agent.
But I'm not. I'm really just an average guy with an above average attitude. Anybody can do this if they have the discipline to do it.
Correct.
But I love you. You're beautiful. Love you.
So, guys, let me ask you a question. Coach has a resume. You don't. Why should I choose you over your competitor? This is why we don't go into listing appointments, guys. We don't know what to say. We're just not prepared. You know, we had trainings working with buyers, working with sellers, but the question is, how do I really close? And the problem is, if you can't answer this question, but by the end of this call you can, okay, then we've done our job. It's because you create solutions. Because you're a professional problem solver. Because Dan, you're getting ready to list your home. This is the biggest transaction of your life. And I promise, out of all the moving parts, out of all the professionals that are going to be involved in this transaction, I will be the one to let you down the least. And problems will come up, but I will be here to facilitate those problems, because that's what I do. I create solutions. And you say it and you mean it. And you say it with conviction. Okay? They want to know. They don't, guys, they really don't care, right? You have to have a response. You have to have a plan, okay? It's because you create solutions. That's why they should choose you. You can't speak for your competitors. Now, Dan, I can't speak for my competitors, but what I can tell you is my job as a professional problem solver is to create solutions to help navigate you through the largest sale of your life. Guys, they don't care how long you've been in the business. They don't care how many homes you sold. Let me be very clear with you. The marketplace, and this is going to hurt. The marketplace only cares about themselves, their time, and their money. Take a step back for a second. They only care about themselves, their time, and their money. I don't care if it's your sister. I don't care if it's your brother, your aunt, your uncle. Themselves, their time, and their money. Be prepared. Have a plan. They don't care what you say. They just want to know you have a plan. Tom, what are you going to do to market my home?
I have I have a handout, and we go through each and every one of them. And it's funny, on Sunday when I signed a buyer under exclusive agency agreement, we spent an hour going through the buying process, and then each time I stopped and said, and here's where we'll be doing appraisals, we're doing inspections, we'll be doing this, and I'll deal with everything. You need to be at the inspection, of course, but there's going to be things that come up. I did exactly what you said. It was fun, and they signed it, so that was good.
Excellent. No, working with buyers, it's I love it. It's fun, but I want to know how you're going to market my home. How are you going to get my home sold? What are you going to do to sell my home? What are you going to do to market my home? Anybody? Anybody have something that they're just ready to go to instantly? What are you going to do to market my home? And look, you get to the point in your career where you've been doing this for long enough. Do you really think, and this is not, and I'm talking about referral-based business when the phone starts ringing. Do you really think I go into a listing appointment and there's anything to talk about? Okay, it's signed here, right? Let me do my job. Track record, right? That's not what we're here. That's not what we're here to talk about, guys. I need to know now, today, what are you going to do to market my home? Because guess what? My neighbor down the street, no matter how long I've been in the business, no matter what I've done, they don't know me. They don't know me from you.
I can tell you what I'm going to do for your home.
Coach, what are you going to do to market my home?
Well, good news for you is I work for the most successful team in eXp Realty, the fastest growing company the world has ever seen. It's an online internet. So one thing I can offer that no one else can offer is my marketing team, which I do have a marketing team. Even if they're in the Philippines, they don't need to know that. But my marketing team is going to get this property in the hands of every single realtor in the entire country, right? That's how we work for you. You're working with me at eXp Realty. We are not a mom and pop brick and mortar stuck in Delran, New Jersey or Philadelphia in one small location. I'm worldwide, baby. We're global. One click of a button, I'm going to have this home through eXp World and through our online capabilities, through our network across the country. I'm going to get this in the hand of every realtor, every eXp realtor across the entire nation, across all the continents and countries we're in, because I leave no stone unturned for you. I leave nothing undone. You never know when someone's moving here from California, from South Carolina, from New Jersey. Maybe they're coming to McGuire Air Force Base. Maybe they're coming to Boeing. Maybe they're coming to Amazon. But I'm going to work like an animal for you, and nobody else is going to market for you. The rest of these realtors, let's be honest, 80% of them are worthless. They're going to put a sign up front and pray to God that a buyer is going to fall from the sky and land on your front yard. Not Dan Williamson. Dan Williamson's going global, baby. I'm going after
You go,
everybody
Dan.
in the entire country. I'm going to stack them and rack them. I'm going to do a massive open house. I'm going to advertise that open house everywhere. I'm going to get people competing for your property, assuming that you listen to me and we list it at a price that's reasonable. I'm going to get 6, 7, 8, as many competing offers as I can. And then I'm going to go to work as a negotiator. And that's when I'm at my very best. And when I get done negotiating with them, I'm going to keep driving the price up. And I'm going to keep operating on your best interest. If somebody gives me 225, I'm going to go to another buyer and try to get 230. And when I get 230, I'm going to the rest and trying to get 245. I'm not going to sleep. I'm not going to rest until they waive appraisal, until they waive repairs. I'm going to work like a freaking bulldog for you, using all my power and all my networking to get the absolute best price. Oh, and by the way, I was the #1 producer in the entire company in the month of October. You're in the right hands. Let's sign this listing agreement. Let me take all the stress off you. You've got enough to worry about. Statistically, they say this is the 3rd most stressful thing you'll ever go through in your life, next to divorce or death of your parent. I'm a professional. Let me take that stress off you. Let me help you. Let's partner together to sell this house for the absolute most that it can, so you can go to your next adventure, your next life. And I'd be happy to help you buy that home, whether it's a beach house or a 55 plus. I'm here for you, not just today, but for life. I feel great about you. I hope you feel great about me. Let's not waste any more time. Every second we don't sign this listing agreement, we could be marketing this property. I've got the tools, I've got the resources, I've got the marketing team, I've got the experience. I'm the guy that's going to get you the most for this house. God bless you.
My friends, again, do you think he said that before? And do you think he just came off the top of the dome? Do you think that the guy, the way that he speaks with conviction, that he's maybe done this a few times? Yeah, I think he's done this a few times, right? And it's that confidence is what they're hearing. They're not even hearing the words that are coming out of his mouth. They're taking.
But here's the problem. Then you have to do it. Once you promise it, you got to be everything that you promised you'd be, because then the neighbors, they tell the whole neighborhood, this guy is a stud. Or they say, this guy promised me a lot and didn't do it. So you can't just talk it. You have to back it up, and you have to actually perform once you get that listing. So yeah, God bless you.
And that's when you go back and you listen or you rewatch to Working with Sellers. And here we're focused on how to get the listings, though. And again, guys, he knew the answer. You think he's done it a few times. Of course, repetition, over and over again, conviction, speaking with it with confidence. You see what happens when you build confidence? Doesn't matter who he's sitting in front of. He's not scared. Don't get the listing, you move on. But who's going to say no to that? An absolute animal. Right. So you guys have to know what you're going to say. And then you're saying, well, I really don't know. I'm on the spot and I don't know. And, I don't have that much experience, but you have the resources, right? And I want you, if you're going back and you're re-listening to this, because before I've even made it to the next slide, Coach said something really important that's going to come up right here. Okay. But here's how, guys. Here's how. There's 2 things that sell any home. Let's be very clear. Screenshot it. Do whatever you got to do here. Marketing and pricing. That equals sold. Okay. They don't care how long you've been in the business. They don't care how many homes you sold. They don't care how old you are. They don't care what you know. They just want to know you have a plan. That's what they want to know. So what we create is the 89-point marketing plan to help you get your home sold in the least amount of time for the most amount of money. That sounds pretty good. Damn. There's no question. See what I'm doing here? I'm eliminating doubt. There's no question that a proven marketing plan will not only get the job done, just like it's helped so many of our clients achieve their home selling goals. But the question is, will you list your home for a price that would allow our marketing to work? Wow. I'm eliminating doubt. There is no question that our proven marketing plan will not only get the job done like it has, I'm edifying. The question is, and you heard Coach say it before we even made it to this slide, will you list your home for a price that will allow our marketing to work? That's how. Now you're saying, Mike, I don't have an 89-point marketing plan. You do, guys. I think Coach rattled off a boatload, okay, of points, of actions. Well, how about an 89-point plan? And I don't want you to read every one of these. A lot of these happen at the same time, but they don't know that. Do you think they're going to be impressed when you put together 89 points that you have, that you're going to do, that's going to separate you from the competition, that's actually going to get the home sold? I think so. If you have the confidence, you think they're going to want you to rattle off 89 points? Look what Coach did. Well, can you show me? Yeah, absolutely. Because I only touched on a fraction of what I'm going to do in order to get your home sold. And you can come in here and you can touch it up and you can make it your own. Why 89? There's a psychology behind it, because nobody's going to want to ever hear you rattle off 89 different things that you're going to do. Remember, they only want to know you have a plan. You have to deliver the plan, and you've got to be confident. If you're not confident in yourself, why should they be confident in you? They are not buying or selling a pair of shoes here, guys. This is a home. Would you guys feel comfortable going in there with your pitch, or you're over the phone, right? This is your cold calling. Would you be comfortable with this? Could you say this with conviction? This is how we've created an 89-point marketing plan to help you get your home sold in the least amount of time for the most amount of money. This is one of the most classic scripts you're ever going to see. Is it going to change? Do you think I go in there with this? No, I don't. Parts of it, sure. Look, I'm more of a marketing and pricing. We've got the marketing resources. We've got the marketing team to get the job done. I've never not sold a home due to lack of marketing. It's pricing and marketing. It's a combination of the two. That's what's going to get your home sold. I'm a professional marketer. You going to list your home for a price that's going to allow my marketing to work? That's the question. And then I'm going to have my support. I'm going to have my CMA. I'm backing up my plan, because that's all that they want to know. But what if that's not even enough? What if that's not enough? What if you've got to be a little more unique? And we talked about working with for sale by owners. Well, let's get unique for a second. How about you develop a unique solution? Let's say the niche is for sale by owners. Why not create a program? Let's start with a program name, program features, program benefits. And guys, you'll memorize this when you're on the phone with for sale by owners. Well, what are you going to do differently? Well, I have an 89-point marketing plan. Yeah, everybody has a marketing plan. Like, what are you going to do differently? Well, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, we have a certified pre-owned homes program. We promote this program. This is what makes us unique. And we add a home, and guys, all you're doing is adding a home warranty. But I want you to take a step back. What we've done is we added a home warranty to your listing, to every listing. You see, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, it's like buying a certified pre-owned car versus as is. Which would you prefer? Make them question it. Understand the benefits of this. Well, in a shifting market, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, buyers want to buy with certainty. That's why with our programs, homes sell for an average of 4.5% more and in 28 days faster than the market average. Is it true? Is it? Could it be? Absolutely. It's unique. Is it going to give you an edge? Sure. Do you think they're going to go back and they're going to read, number 20? Do you think they're going to read 55? Create it. Put together a baseline. Put together numbers. Get unique, and you can do that with any type. You think you can't create a unique solution, a unique program when you're working with divorcees, with attorneys, with empty nesters? that's going to separate you from the competition, develop one. 9:48, guys. I hope you're still with me here. Because now I want you to look at it this way. You're a doctor of real estate. You guys think about what doctors do. They go in, you pop up on the that very uncomfortable bed, or you're sitting in that very uncomfortable chair, and they're going to ask you questions. They're going to target your pain points and they're going to provide solutions. What makes you any different? You have to take control and let confidence and experience guide you. Oh, I don't have experience. Find it. And ask yourself, would you really question a doctor's diagnosis? The problem is, the reason why you're not doing these things is because you're letting doubt set in. Lastly, I want you to have your prescription book ready at all times. You're in the grocery store, have a script, have a pitch. In your listing presentation, right? Have that script memorized. There was 3 lines you needed to memorize, right? And I'll email you the rest. By the time you've toured that home, you've built rapport, it's all just going to sound like roses and sunshine at that point. Rainbows. It's beautiful. But now all you're doing is you're creating more confidence that they're finding in you if you haven't already built that. Once you've walked through the door, once you've picked up the phone. The reason why we don't pick up the phone, guys, is because we don't know what to say. You know what to say. This is a small sample size of the things that you can be doing on a regular basis to generate business, to generate more listings. You know how you get more listings? You learn what to say. And once you know what to say and you have it in place, people say, I'm just going to wing it. Scripts are good. Going off look, with experience, it's always going to change. Dan, he's not going to tell you word for word. The coach is not going to tell you word for word what he just said, but he's going to tell you something else along the lines of what he just said. And you're probably going to want to list your home even more so now than you did before, right? Because he had some time to think about it. Imagine being put on the spot. He knows. Will most agents do this? No. You know what most agents don't do? They don't take action. You have to. It starts with you, all of it. The shift in mindset, the confidence, knowing what to say, why your competitors would choose you. How are you going to market my home? These are the only reasons when I tell you, the only reasons why people do not pick up the phone, why people do not knock on the door. Why are you in the business?
Can I hop on that for 1 second?
Yes.
Yeah, so I was just getting ready to talk about that. I'm glad there's so many people still on the call, because this is one of probably the most important thing that we can teach you here in real estate. It's a mindset and it's a confidence that people don't have. The truth about this business is really this: if you have the confidence to get people to use you to buy and sell real estate, you're going to make an unlimited check. Right? You can write your own paycheck every year. I literally believe that I could make $1 million a year if I chose to, if I was willing to just give it that much time. If you can have the confidence. And the question is the mindset. Where do you find that confidence and mindset? And real quickly, I will say this. The first thing with mindset is you're choosing to fail, you're choosing to succeed. When I'm in that listed appointment, I'm not going to fail. I'm not going to let my family down. I'm not going to not succeed. So when I go in that listing appointment, there's no doubt I'm going to get the listing. I don't even think about the option of not getting the listing, because I believe in my heart I am the best person to buy, to sell that house for the person. I believe that with everything in me, that I'm going to work hard, that I'm going to protect them. But that comes from self-love, right? That comes from loving the things about yourself, not to get too mushy and lovey here, but it comes from loving yourself, from believing that you are great. The biggest thing that stops us from success in this business and in life is not loving ourselves and not believing that we deserve the success that we're capable of, right? I had to learn to love myself. I had to learn to love my energy, to embrace my energy, to accept that energy is a gift that can help other people be better realtors, be better basketball players, be better salesmen, and can help people sell their home for more money than they ever dreamed of, right? You have to learn to love yourself. You have to learn to have that confidence. Maybe it's fitness. For Michelangelo, it was getting in insane shape. Maybe it's the way you dress. Maybe it's whatever you need to do to build confidence and feel better about the person you are, but loving yourself for your unique gifts and talents and for your beautiful soul. If you believe in your heart that you're honest and decent and that you're going to protect these people from criminals in this business, that alone will shine through in the listing agreement, in the listing appointment, sorry. And the last thing is the confidence also comes from believing in what we're doing as a team. I have immense confidence that we are the best team in the company. I have immense confidence in EXP and our tools. And the more you come to these trainings and the more you plug into EXP World and the more you plug into our marketing, the more you plug into Workplace. And if you've ever shared a listing on South Jersey listings in EXP Workplace and gotten, 30 hits right away, you'll start to be even more confident that you do have tools that other people don't have. You do have unique abilities within this company. The confidence comes from yourself. The confidence comes from using the company, believing in EXP, and using our resources every day. That will shine through in these listing agreements. But it starts with loving yourself. Yoga, whatever it takes, wake up every day and love who you are, right? You are beautiful. You are handsome. You are talented. You are smart. You deserve this success. And still some days in my life, I wake up and I'm like, God, do I even deserve all of this that you've blessed me with? Right. And I'm a pretty confident guy, right? I mean, I love me some me on most days, but like, even I have to wake up and say, no one deserves to make this much money. I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, nobody deserves to make this much money for selling a house. But you know what? If they're going to pay it, who am I not to take it?
That's
Right. Get out there and make your life happen. Love yourself enough to be more successful than you ever dreamed, because the only thing stopping you is hustle and confidence.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Can you hustle? And are you confident enough to look someone in the eye and say, I'm the very best person you should be dealing with? You're beautiful, all of you. Wonderful.
Amen. Yeah, it's true. Confidence, guys. He exudes it. Right, everyone, a round of applause. Everyone, a round of applause for the coach. So true. And it does come, right? They come to the trainings, but it does, you're going to pick up a lot of this through experience. There's nothing wrong with role playing. We did a little of it on today's call, right? Back and forth, trying to give you an understanding of the type of dialogue that you may want to create. All you got to do is know what to say. That's half the battle. I shouldn't say that's all. The other half is being confident in your ability to actually deliver the message. And if you can find that confidence, you will find success. If you go in there tripping over yourself, then, is there a chance that you still get the listing? Sure. Absolutely. We have to keep it at an even playing field. We need to go into every listing appointment baseline, whether it's a referral or it's not, guys. Go into a baseline. Treat everybody the same. Have the same go-to script. Have the same go-to answers that you also believe in. So when I'm talking to an agent about EXP, it's not me trying to sell something. It's not me trying to convince. I know what the brokerage did for me. I know the opportunity that lies here, okay, within us as being an agent-owned brokerage. There's nothing to think about. I know the model inside and out. I know how to sell a home. Make no mistake about it. I know how to guide a buyer. I know how to hold a consultation. I know how to go through a listing appointment. I don't lack confidence, right? And that's what we're trying to rub off on you, right? This is what we want you to be able to take away. And you keep coming, no matter how much experience you have, no matter how much experience you don't have, and you watch the recordings. And we're going to continue to provide as much value as humanly possible. But remember the end of the presentation. The end of every single presentation that we do. It starts and ends with you. This is the only thing we can't do. We can't go out there and do it for you. Know that you're great. Know that you have support. I must probably go through, and we know it's happening. I don't care about the shifting market. I don't care about the fear. I probably broke down contracts, even though I do a master class probably once a month. Probably this weekend, it's Tuesday, I've broken down contracts with 3 different agents in New Jersey this week. Mind you, that had to happen yesterday. Okay. We're out there. We're educating. The support system is there. Through experience, you will learn. Keep coming to these calls. Go to the ones in the world. Train yourself, educate yourself. But remember, you can't get stuck in phase 1. You cannot get stuck in business planning. You have to take action. Repetition. Phase 2. Repeated action. Okay? if you take anything away from anything that we provide. You've got to take the action. Anybody want to add anything? Anybody have any questions? Anybody feel more confident about talking to sellers after this call? Does anybody feel like maybe they do know what to say or where to start and how to work on that? Anybody want to add anything? Because we are at the top of the hour.
I definitely feel better and more confident. So thank you so much for all the pointers and strategies because it was beyond helpful.
Excellent. That's our goal.
And
you know?
I'll definitely be putting it to use.
Awesome. Good for you. Yeah, we love that. Great. I'm glad you liked it too, Tiana. Awesome, guys.
Coach
Awesome.
Analytics, tonight we're going to be doing a basic business plan with all our newer agents, first-time agents, or people who just want a new business plan in 2023.
Look out for the emails. If you're not getting my emails, they're in your spam. Okay. Take me out of spam, and then you're going to start getting the updates. We're making it very simple. Click and play, and we're good to go. Outside of that, guys, have a great day. Support you, and we'll talk soon.